With his victory yesterday in the 53rd running of the Daytona 500, Trevor Bayne becomes the youngest winner, 20 years and 1 day old, to take the checkers at the storied track. In doing so, he gave the Wood brothers their first win at Daytona since 1976, when David Pearson took the title. Welcome back to NASCAR Race Hub here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are going to go to Daytona Beach, Florida, where we're going to talk to the Daytona 500 champion, Trevor Bayne. And Trevor, first of all, it seems like it was just a couple months ago, you and I were talking in the dressing room, and you said, Steve, I think I'm going to run the Texas Cup race, and I hope to run Daytona, and now you're the Daytona 500 champion.
Man, I can't put this into words what it means. And I remember that I was standing there in the dressing room talking about that, and it's crazy how the times have changed this. I mean, in only 2 races, we've already got a win. These Wood brothers and Donnie Wingo and that whole crew, I mean, they provided me with an unbelievable car that made me look good yesterday. So, you know, I can't thank them enough for everything they're doing for me. And just to have the opportunity to even drive in the Daytona 500 would have been enough. But to get the win, it's incredible.
Trevor, was there ever a point in the off season or once we got to speed weeks up until, let's say, Saturday night, where in your quiet moments you laid down and said, you know what, I think I can win this Daytona 500?
That never crossed my mind. You know, for some reason I had an overwhelming calmness over me, though. You know, we had been saying our prayers and doing everything, and I just had a peace about it. I didn't know where we were going to finish, but I went into the race with the mindset of, I've got to finish. You know, if I'm going to get a top 10 or a top 5 or even have a chance to win, we got to finish first. And so I kind of rode as the pusher all day long, just pushed everybody around. Our car was fast enough to get whoever we were pushing to the lead every time, it seemed like, so that was good for us. But it never occurred that we might actually be the winner. I kind of planned on how I was going to make my last lap pass if I was still pushing somebody, but I never planned on how I was going to keep them behind me if I was the leader at that time. And so all my predictions were wrong, but they turned out good for us. You know, we joked around earlier in the week about if I won the race, if I had enough clothes to go on the media tour the next week, and I just never thought that'd be reality, but here we sit.
Well, that's a good problem to have. How much confidence did you get from the Gatorade dual race on Thursday when you and Jeff Gordon ran nose to tail for so long?
You know, I gained a lot of confidence from that, but I think what was more important is the confidence that the other drivers gained in me. From Jeff Gordon taking that leap of faith, saying, hey, I'll work with him. You know, I know he's got rookie stripes, but I know his car's fast also. That leap of faith led into other drivers saying, okay, we can work with this kid. He's actually going to do okay for us. And, you know, so I think that rubbed off on all of them. And then that led into the 500 where we worked with 5 or 6 other drivers who really helped us get to where we're sitting right now.
What does the rest of this season look like, Trevor? I mean, I know you're scheduled to run 18 races for the Wood brothers and run the entire Nationwide Series. In fact, you had checked the box, championship for the Nationwide Series. So have those plans changed in less than 24 hours?
Well, I wish they could change, but I don't think they can. You know, I was talking to Jack Roush and Leonard Wood before the race started, and Jack said, you know, if you do good and switch points on me, I'm going to be mad at you, but if you don't, Leonard's going to be mad at you. So I got to choose which one I want to keep happy, you know. But I think it was a good start for both series. We finished 10th in our Nationwide car, and we won the Cup race. So either way it goes here with the points, I'm more than happy to do it. I think we're going to have a really good shot with that Nationwide team to win the championship, and we're now up to 18 races, like you mentioned. Ford Motorcraft had come on for 17 races, and Quick Lane and FordParts.com have picked up 17 of those Cup races. And now with the winnings from this 500, we're going to be able to run Martinsville, which will be now we'll be able to run the first 7 races in a row, which should give us a good little boost, and maybe we can pick up some more funds to keep racing the rest of the year.
Trevor, what's been the most unusual or the most unexpected thing that's happened? I mean, I saw that Eddie Wood said he had, or it might have been Len, 75 text messages before he even left victory lane. How about for you?
Well, it's been a reality check for sure. I mean, my Twitter, I've been working on it for like a year now, and was up to 6,000 fans or something, and overnight we went to 21,000. So it's crazy to see the fan. Yeah, I was kind of upset. I'm like, man, I've been working at this for a year, and all I had to do was win the 500? Come on. But, yeah, I wish it was that easy to just win the 500. But, no, I mean, it's crazy to see the support. Donnie Wingo said he had 130 texts on one phone, 110 on another. I had like 400 Facebook messages and 110 texts, and it's crazy to see the support that everybody's coming behind us with, and we really appreciate it.
Now, I know in years past the winning race car goes to Daytona, USA. What's going to happen to that beauty with the confetti on it right behind you? The Wood Brothers aren't one of the big teams that has a lot of funds or cars sitting around. What happens to that one, Trevor?
Well, this car right here behind me was supposed to be our Bristol primary car, so I gave Jack Roush a hard time yesterday, and so did my dad, and we said, well, what are we going to do now? And he said he'll build us 2 of them, so we'll take them, and I hate to leave this thing sitting in here because it's a fast race car, but I'm sure we can build another one that'll be just as good.
Trevor, all race car drivers talk about the glory and the joy they feel from winning any race, much less the Daytona 500. You had a big payday, and that's wonderful, but how about that ring that's on your finger? I saw it earlier in one of the other, some of the footage. Could you show it to us?
Well, here it is. This thing is pretty incredible, man, and I kept it on just to make sure that I wasn't dreaming. If I woke up in the middle of the night, I wanted to be able to look down and see that 500 ring there. So, it's everything that's come with this. I mean, I've even got the Fonzie leather jacket over here with the 500 logo on it. So, everything that's come with this has been a really good ride so far.
Hey, congratulations. You've been a breath of fresh air for the sport. Can't wait to see you at Phoenix, Trevor.
All right, thank you, guys.